There you have it right there. U.S. attorneys pretty much summing up what we learned today. Those of you just joining us, former Governor Bob McDonnell sentenced to 24 months in prison along with probation. You heard the U.S. attorney there saying that no politician is above the law here, and they want this to send a message, even with this 2-year sentence, that you will be prosecuted if you commit such acts. Governor McDonnell and his wife, Maureen McDonnell, in this case, charged and convicted with taking bribes in exchange for political favors. And our Joe St. George, you were over there listening. What was your takeaway from this? Well, now that we know that he's facing that 24 months in prison, if our Todd Stone legal analyst can come in here with us, we know that he has this 24-month sentence. He also has the 2 years probation that Joe mentioned, but he also, in this case, has to give up his law license and a number of other things, right? So the punishment's far-reaching. I know a lot of folks at home are wondering what sort of, you call it a camp. Are you familiar at all with these types of facilities? How does it differentiate between the typical prison that we're used to seeing on TV, or if someone at home has a relative or friend in prison that you're used to seeing? Former Governor Bob McDonnell, surrounded by some of his lead counsel there, as well as his children, making a statement that he is relying on his faith at the very moment. He has great faith, as he reiterated, in our justice system, but he says he does not agree with today's verdict, and he does plan to appeal. He says despite this ruling here and this conviction, he'd never used his office as governor to take in any bribes or to give political favors to former CEO Johnny Williams. And I want to bring in our Dr. Bob Holsworth, political analyst, and our legal analyst Todd Stone as well. We were seeing a very different Bob McDonnell in this very moment. Okay, Dr. Bob, Todd Stone, we got to go really quickly. We could do this all day, right?
It's the first time I've heard applause from a witness in my entire career.
Yeah, first time we heard it after hours of listening to that testimony today. So we were all looking around like, really, did that just happen? But there's a lot more to talk about today. We'll, of course, have more coming up on the news at 5. But those of you just joining us, we need to reiterate that former Governor Bob McDonnell has been sentenced to 24 months in a federal prison, along with 2 years of probation, and he has to pay back fines as well. We will have a lot more coming up later on throughout the day from here at the federal courthouse in downtown Richmond. But for now, we want to send it up Broad Street to Cheryl Miller.